G'day everyone, Viv here. I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back to my first live stream in a long time. I was looking through my live stream section on YouTube, and the last time I did a live stream was in 2016 when I used to do a Monday Night Live sort of hobby ramble. But, you know, I've really been enjoying Middle-earth strategy battle game lately, and so I thought, you know, what better way to, start to learn the game a little bit more by, just playing it. So Scott and I have been playing at the Knights of Dice studio recently, and I've concocted together, which we'll see shortly, a streaming setup, which should be relatively portable. I should be able to just take it from here to the studio so Scott and I can stream there and then bring it back home. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll show you all of that in a second. But as you can see up there on the screen, which side is it on? Oh, it's on that side, is the Scenario 1 Domination. And just below me, you can see I'm playing Rohan versus Isengard. Just me today. Once I figure out this stream, hopefully there's not too many technical difficulties. We can, film more stuff with Scott at the studio. So I'm playing Scenario 1 Domination. The table is already set up. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Thank you so much for joining me. I think that this will be a fun way to, produce some battle reports without having to, film stuff while you're playing games and then come back and edit it all afterwards. And there's a lot of work and a lot of time involved in doing it. That's how I did all my old battle reports for Saga and In Her Majesty's Name. I just don't have time for it. Anyway, let's have a quick look at these chat comments before we jump into the scenario and then over to the table. So Mitch, interested in getting into the game in the coming months? You'll come back and watch the stream. Well, when you're watching the stream, Mitch, thanks very much. Can't wait to see some more brewing videos from you. I can't see that over there. It's way too small. Why don't I just grab it and drag it over here where it's much, much bigger? That would make sense. It's a wonderful game. Wanas Suluminans? I butchered that name, I'm sorry. It's a wonderful game, but I've kind of fallen out of it over the last couple of years. The new rules are certainly an improvement. I haven't played the game for years, probably a decade. So, this is going to be, they're very, very similar. But, the nuance of it, I don't know. And I can tell you right now, in these live streams, there'll be no nuance. I'm still learning the game. So there'll be heroic actions that I forget to do. There'll be special rules that I forget about. But that's part of learning the game, right? P. Becker says, hi, Viv. G'day, Paul. Hope you're feeling well, mate. Omnipotent Peace Man. Sup, Viv Chan? How are you, man? I'm looking forward to doing this. All right, so let's have a look. So Scenario 1 Domination. Basically, there's 5 objectives on the table, and we're trying to capture the objectives. Whoever holds them at the end of the game scores victory points. That slide's been up on the screen for long enough. I think you get the idea. Let's go have a look at the table. All right, so here, hopefully, we can see the table. And let me just waddle myself over there. On this side of the table here, we've got the Rohan forces. Everything is already deployed at the moment. Let me walk around the other side. And over here, on this side, is Isengard. And, hopefully I've got the icons and stuff around the right way. You can see the Isengard are using green dice, and the Rohan are using the blue dice. So whenever we get our little dice cam up, we'll see the, let's get some dice organised. We'll see some dice coming, rolling down through here. Hopefully you can see those. There is a little bit of glare on some of those dice. Hopefully it's not a big problem as we move forward. All right, I was freaking out then. A message popped up on my screen, but it was just my scanner. All right, so let's have a look here. We did the roll-off at the beginning. Rohan went first and deployed this unit. This is one issue I'm going to have to sort out is, the camera above me changing its white balance. I totally forgot to change it. Let's come over this side. So the Rohan deployed their cavalry up here. Now the cavalry is being led by this chap here. Who is it? AMR. Let me just come back up here. So this is a view. Actually, wow. Is there no view? All right. Well, we'll come back to that in a second. I think this is AMR over here. He's leading this warband of riders, even though he doesn't have a horse, because I couldn't afford to put the horse in, And so there's going to be some stuff happens. They deployed here. Then I deployed this warband over here. Then Rohan deployed this force here. And then I deployed this force here. As you can see, there's 5 objectives on the table. There's 1 in the middle. There's 2 on this side of the table. 1 here in the forest. 1 here in the ruin. And we'll go back to the other side, but we can't really see them. They're behind the buildings. So there's 1 objective just in here and another objective just in here. And you might be able to see them from up here. You can see there's 1 objective there. There's 1 objective there. That's the starting force, 300 points per side. AMR and a unit of riders with throwing spears. Just a regular captain on this side with just 10 warriors of Rohan with swords and shields. On the Isengard side, we've got Shaku over here. You know, sadly, unpainted, sitting right here. And that's not even the Shaku model. It did arrive in the mail today, so, you know, hopefully, you know, I can get him painted over the next week or so. So next time we see Shaku on the table, he's painted. A couple of Warg riders, again with throwing spears. 5 Urukai warriors with armor, swords, and shields. On the other side of the table, let's go over this side. We've got 5 Urukai warriors and 4 crossbowmen, being led by Vrasku there to, you know, hopefully, you know, knock out some of these riders before they get too close. That's our deployment. That's our battlefield. Let's come over here and sort out some dice. And you know, get into it, right? So there's our overhead. There's our dice cam. Let's get some dice organized here. Like I said, Isengard on the green dice and Rohan on the blue. Roll for priority. And Rohan has it. So I've got here on the table, let's turn this off. I don't think you'll be able to see it. I've got a little token here. Actually, it might make more sense to show it over this side. I've got this little token here. Just a little engraved token with good and evil on it. You might not be able to see it on the table, but I'm going to use it because it will, you know, help me. So there we go. There's our table. Rohan has deployment. Just before we jump into the game, I did have a couple of messages from people over the last week or so as I've been talking about the streaming setup, about what I'm using to stream. So I thought we'd just jump quickly into that before we let's come back to here before we quickly jump into that game, because there is one thing I want to fix here, because it's not working for some weird reason, is the roaming camera. There's a roaming camera set up there. So technical difficulties, I'm forgetting about what's actually on my screen versus what's been streamed. Let me go get that camera. I'll just stick you on this overhead so you can see the table for a minute. And I want to just grab this camera over here. Maybe I've done something to it, or for some reason it's not working. I'm not entirely sure. But for the first stream, we'll see what happens. These aren't going to be quick streams. It's going to take some time. All right, there we go. We've got that up, have we? Let's switch back there. Let's switch back there. Yeah, okay, cool. That's working. All right, back to the table. And then I can quickly show you what I've got going on here. All right, so the camera that we're looking at right now is the roaming camera. So this will come up. Hopefully it's not going to be too jerky. This is running via Wi-Fi, so the connection in my studio here at home isn't amazing. So, but in theory, we should be able to get some little model eye views and stuff, and a better view of what's going on. Certainly when these guys in the forest here are attacking the riders at the back there, but this camera will allow me to show you what I'm doing here. All right, so first up, I've got the table, I've got some lights, I've got some rigging set up. That's just some tripods. Camera up the top up there. Camera over here. Camera over here. Obviously the camera that I'm holding. I've got it streamcast to my TV so I can, watch the stream and know which view I'm on. The picture-in-picture that we had up before was from this camera here, and then my laptop also has a camera in it which is capturing that room view that we saw below. The dice tray has a camera set up inside it, and I've painted the bottom black and put some black felt in there, but it's going to need some improvements, and I know there's some things that I can do already. So there we go, there's the setup. Rohan has the priority. Let's get on with the movement. All right, let's come back to our table cam and see where we go. Movement. Not ideal. Okay, so obviously these guys here, AME here can't keep up with the cavalry, and I don't really want him left abandoned. There's one objective back here, but we can always run back and grab that later on. Oh, excuse me. I'm not going to be using any sort of terrain rules. No difficult movement, nothing like that at this stage. I won't even be using any climb tests or anything. I'll worry about that for the next game. So I'll point them out where I think that they might be necessary, and if you guys think that it might be something that's required, let me know. And we can take it from there. All right, so let's come back now to our riders. They are obviously outside charge range. I don't want those guys to get the charge on me, so where's 6 inches or so? Just about here. Those guys are going to be able to shoot me no matter what I do, so I'm just going to move these guys up a little bit just to secure, this valley here. I might move one of these guys into here just to block that. I'll bring somebody up to support him, and this guy here will go in here. AME is just going to move up on top of here. Now, I haven't determined if, this is any sort of, I don't know, I guess I should say, if, forests provide any sort of cover or anything, and I haven't determined whether this top bit is a forest and, you're getting cover and all that sort of, I don't know. We'll figure all this stuff out as we go. So we might have a look now. These guys here, they're going to get charged by those cavalry. Let's move some of these guys out here so we can start putting some men between that objective and those guys. I might leave those guys where they are, but these guys I'll bring up into this gap here and just create sort of like a shield wall formation along there. None of these guys have bows or anything, so there's no point shooting. The only guys that have bows are the cavalry over here, and they've all moved more than half. Actually, I probably should have checked that. They were probably here somewhere, right? I don't know. Let's just say that they were moved too far. All right, very simple. There we go. There's movement for Rohan. Movement for Isengard. Okay, obviously, we're going to get some charges here into this guy. Into this guy. This guy will charge this guy here. This guy will charge this guy here. And yeah, he's close enough to charge that guy there. I think we might take Shaku around. Love to get into contact with that captain, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit. These guys move 10 inches, right? I'm pretty sure it's 10 inches. Let's take this guy and stick him in here. Let's take this guy and stick him in here. Now, I don't know how close you can see. Let's see if we can get a better view from this side over here. Now, yeah, I don't know. Let's go roaming. And you guys can help me out with this. Whoops, wrong way, Viv. Okay, so this guy here, I wanted to charge this guy in the middle, right? Let's focus. What's this camera doing? I want to charge this guy in the middle, but you see he's encroaching on that guy's control zone. So maybe instead of that, you know, I'm not sure, right? Can I charge this guy, or is this guy's control zone stopping me from getting, you know, in there? If that's the case, then perhaps maybe this guy was here or somewhere around here. Maybe I could take Shaku around here first. I guess he's encroaching on this guy's control zone, right? I don't know. So I'm just going to do what I was thinking about, and you guys can tell me, can I actually do this or not? So I'm going to charge that guy there, and then I'm going to take Shaku and charge this guy there. All right, cool. All right, that's that side done. Oh, we got one little man left over here. Well, I could just leave him on that objective. He's within 3 inches of it. Let's just... Or I could always run back and get it afterwards. We're right at the beginning of the game. Let's just leave him there. All right, so these guys are outside. I measured that. They can't get the charge off. I don't want them to get in the way of my crossbowmen, so I'm just going to form like a shield wall here. Just put them in a little mob. And just shuffle those guys up a little bit. And that's about it. Nobody else will move from here. You know, that's it. So there we go. There's our first turn. Let's come back for our second turn and priority rolls. Again, the Isengard is on green, Rohan on blue. To draw, so it flips to evil. All right. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's go here. All right, room camera. Now you can see in all its glory everything that's going on. I totally forgot about the rest of the turn. Where's all the shooting and all that sort of stuff? So let's come back. Rohan has priority. Let's just reverse everything that's happened. Rohan has priority. They did their movement. We did our movement. Do they have any shooting? No. I forgot about throwing spears over here. So let's quickly do some throwing spears as we, you know, get into combat. So let's come back up overhead. We'll put our dice around. So I totally forgot about the throwing spears. Let's do the throwing spears, you know, just for the sake of, you know, completeness. Let's put our dice tray on. What are we on? We're on green dice. Let's grab our, where are our green dice? Here we go. So we'll do this first guy charging in here. It's and wounding. Strength of a throwing spear is 3, right? So we need 5s. Kills him. Next guy. So does he charge then? No, he would move in here and then he can charge whoever he wants, right? This changes things. Don't forget to do your throwing spears. This guy. 4. Now I'm going to have to find out here. Throwing spears. Does it use their throwing stat, their shooting stat? Which of a Urukai or an Orc on a Warg? I got no idea. Let's find out. You know, welcome to the live stream of someone who doesn't know how to play the game, or very well at all, at least anyway. Warg Riders. 5+. 5+. So he misses. And Shaku. Shaku doesn't have a throwing spear. Or I just can't read this armor list. All right, cool. So let's come back now. So one of these guys charged in, killed a guy with his throwing spear, and then charged off into this guy. I'm pretty sure that's what you can do. You know, if you kill your intended target, you can charge somebody else. This guy charged in, couldn't hit him. Shaku doesn't have a throwing spear. That's my movement. Rohan doesn't have any shooting. Let's get rid of that dice cam for a second. Rohan doesn't have any shooting. Everybody moved. These are the only guys with bows anyway. Aomir, the lone wolf, sitting up there. Actually, he's probably moved only a couple of inches. Does Aemir have a bow? Let's find out. Let's get rid of this top sheet. What's that doing on there? Whilst I do some reading here and figure out who has what and what their stats and abilities are, a couple of there we go. Aemir. It's not Aemir, that's Theodred. So he has all these special rules, right? Expert rider and horse lord and reckless charge, and he bloody doesn't have a horse. No, he doesn't have a bow. Heavy armor and sword. Really been enjoying some channels on YouTube lately as I've been watching more Middle-earth strategy battle game. If you've got channel suggestions for me, put them in the comments. I'd love to check them out. All right, let's come back. Okay, so Rohan, no shooting. Isengard, shooting. So the only guys who have bows here are these guys down here, our guys with the crossbows. So we've got Vrasku here and 4 guys with crossbows, all shooting into, well, we can't shoot through those guys to anyone over there. That guy might be able to, but Vrasku will have to shoot at some guys over here. All right, so let's move a couple of things around here and get our dice tray a little bit closer to us. All right, so they're on green dice. Let's have a look here. All right, let's come across to the other side here. Might be able to see a little bit clearer. Let's do Vrasku first. There's nothing that's in the way, so he has that heroic accuracy, which we don't need right now. So he'll just have 2 shots at this guy on the end here. Let's put our dice cam on. If I moan and groan a little bit, I'm sorry. I've injured my shoulder, and when I do weird things with it, movements, it hurts. 2 hits. And crossbows have a strength of 3. I'm pretty sure the defense on the riders is 5. Let's check it. We might as well check it, right? That's the whole point of doing this, so I can learn the stats of these two sides. Let me just come back up here while we're having a bit of a ramble. So I do want to play these 2 forces, Rohan and Isengard, against each other quite a lot. They're the 2 armies that I'll play more often than not. I am collecting some Serpent Horde. I've got some Dead of Dunharrow, and I'll progressively learn them all. But remembering stats is something I'm just not really good at. All right, so let's come back. Vrasku shooting at these horses here. I need to know, I'm pretty sure the crossbows are strength 3. The horses' defense, riders' defense is 4. So yeah, I'm still needing 5s anyway. So we got 2 hits. Let's come back to, we're going on cabinet side here. On 5s. And there we go. Hang on. No, wait. There's something I need to do here first, right? So once I roll to hit my cavalry, before I roll to wound, I need to roll to see whether I hit the rider or the horse. The up or down, as people say in their videos. And it's a great way to call it because 4, 5, 6 is up, 1, 2, 3 is down. So let's just say, so I've got, we come back to our camera here. I got the 4 and the 5, so 2 hits on the rider. Oh yeah, because the rider and the horse might have different defenses, right? They do. The horse has defense 4 and the rider has defense 5. Okay, so I'm strength, it's 5s anyway. Nothing. Okay, so I don't think anything happens from there. I don't think he needs to take a thrown rider test or anything like that. Not 100% sure at this stage. But we hit the rider and nothing happened to him. Those were our 2 shots with Vrasku. Let's go with the next guy here. Shooting at the same guy. Needing a 5. No, the next guy. Getting a big 3. The next guy. Looking for that 5. No, and the last guy here on that same horse. Nothing. A 1. A big 1. I didn't have my dice cam up then. Sorry. All right, no, nothing is happening from the archers over here. Vrasku had a couple of shots. All right, there we go. Now we do our priority roll. Let's just do it again for the sake of completeness. Let's come back overhead and put our dice tray on. Because I've got that white piece of paper on the table, the white balance is freaking out. I must sort out that camera up there. It's just too high for me to get to without standing on the table. Hey, another draw. Okay, so our priority flips to evil. All right. Before we quickly jump into this, I might come back and sit down and have a look at the comments so far. Obviously while I'm over here playing the game, I won't be able to directly read your comments. So hopefully it makes sense as I get into it. All right, so let's just come back to this. Is there anything sitting there? Oh, where's my stream? All right. So the 13th says never actually played SBG, but it's got a strong following in Melbourne, including the world #1, last I heard, unless that changed. There is, it's amazing. There's so much great Australian content for Middle-earth that, it's really doing strong. People say that the game is dead, and I keep on hearing people say that. I don't believe that at all. I've watched from the fringe for a while, and the game has actually, been fairly consistent. It may not be huge like some of Workshop's other bigger games, but there's certainly people playing the game quite a lot. Where are we? Okay. They're all showing perfectly viv. Oh, good. As I said in my video the other day, hang on, I'm going to grab that beer that's just over there. I'll be back in a second. This video might not just be a battle report, but me rambling a little bit as I read the comments. But there's no point in me, playing my way through a game and getting things wrong, right? I'll play a turn, do some things, come back, read the comments, see what's there. And, then I can adjust for the next turn and you guys can listen to me ramble. All right. I'm glad all the cameras and stuff are working. I will tweak things, obviously, as we move forward. But, people said I didn't need 7 cameras to stream. But, I think it's fairly evident that I do. At least to be able to do it the way that I want. Yeah, Kylie 1 Nova open. Affected one of these, yeah. Alright, so back to my charging here. A little bit of discussion about Nova Open and Kylie and all that sort of stuff. One is, your charging was correct. If you charge, you have to fight the model which control zone you entered first. Any subsequent control zones you enter are ignored. The 13th says, Viv, stop hurting yourself or we'll cover you in bubble wrap. I've had a terrible couple of years. My back injury at the beginning of last year, I was laid up for 3 months. The first 2 of that I couldn't move. I still have a lot of trouble with my back, and now I've done something to my rotator cuff in my left shoulder, which means that I can't really lift my arm any higher than shoulder height. It won't go. I can't put it behind my back. Anyway, you don't need to know any of this shit. Alright, and so the 13th says, I taught myself to do the iPhone camera trick while watching the Dice Tower reveal the other day. Okay, so yeah, just quickly on that before we jump into turn 2. Isengard has priority. So I am using OBS to stream. OBS is an open broadcast streamer or service or whatever. It's just a piece of software you can download on your computer. And it will normally allow you to choose input sources from your webcam or a USB camera that you've plugged into it. But my laptop can only run 2 webcams before it starts complaining. It can run 3 sometimes, but not consistently. It will always run 2. And that's what we've got running here. These 2 cameras. They're both Logitech C920s, which are plugged into the laptop. Everything else are Samsung S8s. And they're running some software called DroidCam, an app called DroidCam. You can get a free version of it. It costs $7 to get rid of their watermark. I thought, hey, for the purposes of testing and trying out, I paid the $7, and that's what you're seeing here on this picture-in-picture camera. That's what you're seeing on the overhead. That's what you're seeing on all the dice cams. Obviously, that's the same camera. And I don't know what our roaming camera is looking at. I think it's on the table, face down or something. But, So that's what I'm using, OBS to stream with, and Droid Cam on all my smartphones to stream to. I had a bunch of phones sitting around that never get used. All right. So we're 30 minutes in and we've played a single turn. All right, let's get back to the table, and Isengard has the priority. I did tell you that this would be a ramble, and nothing about this was going to be quick. All right. So where are we now? Hey, it's not turn 2. We still need to fight some bloody battles. What the hell, man? We still need to fight some fights. All right, nothing happening over here. What's happening over here? Rohan has priority, so they will determine what happens here. Let's do this little one here in the middle. So, yeah, these guys over here. Let's just switch our view and come over to this side here. So this is the combat that we're fighting here. Again, Isengard on green, and Rohan on blue. Let's get some dice. So Rohan wins it. Oh no, green is Isengard, right? Okay, cool. So we push that guy back. Now he should have rolled 2 dice because he had that cavalry bonus, right? Anyway, so this guy is now prone. Let's stick a little marker on him so we don't know that he's prone. And 2 green dice. And the 6 will kill him. So I'm rolling 2 dice because he's prone, so my strikes are doubled, right? So let's get him out of there. Now, Rohan. All right, we'll just go through. We'll save Shaku for later on. Now, let's get him out of the way. All right, so just a warrior on blue, and Shaki's 2 attacks plus 1 for charging. Oh, he doesn't do it. So we get pushed back. Now, Shaku's defense, I'm pretty sure, is 6. I'm dropping dice all over the floor. We'll find that later on. Let's come over here and have a look. So Scott and I have really been enjoying this game. We've played 4 games now at the studio, and it's been great fun. All very simple sort of stuff. We're both learning the rules, and I think one of the things that would make learning the rules much easier is to learn the forces. Is to really sit down and learn the stat line, so you're not having to do what I'm having to do all the time here. Is look up, stats, defenses 6, yeah. And the strength of the Rohan Warrior, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 3. Of a Rohan Warrior. And if I do need to look it up, it's probably better to have, stat cards that are, written out properly. Warrior strength 3, yeah, so we're on 5s. And 1 attack hit, so we go through on the 5. Let's come back and see what happens. No. Close. All right. So that's that done. That's this combat done. That's this combat done. Let's come around to this side here. We'll come back onto this side here. Our dice tray's still up. So we'll do this first combat here. So 1 attack versus 1 attack. It's a draw. So what happens in a draw? Oh, we go to fight value. So the Uruk-hai is going to have a higher fight. 4 versus 3, I'm pretty sure, so we'll push back. Do we kill him? Needing a 5. Hey! Just. Next one. 3. Push back. And do we kill him? No, I'm pretty sure we need the 5. The Oryx have some big defense on them. All right, next one. 2 for the forces of Rohan. Thou shalt not come through our territory anymore. So in our games with Scott at the studio, the Isengard forces have just been destroying Rohan in all 4 games that we've played. And keeping in mind that I've got a whole bunch of those rules wrong. I don't know what just happened then. Did I push him back? Have I rolled to wound him? Don't think so. Let's roll to wound him. And we do! I just want to double check. Again, This is, not knowing the stats, right? And I'm sure for you guys who have played this game so many times, you're like, just Viv, it's 4s, it's 5s, etc., etc. So I'm pretty sure a 5's going to kill him. The defense of an Uruk-hai warrior is 6 with a shield, right? 5, 6 with a shield. Yeah, fine. 6s. The strength of a Rohan warrior is 3. So I need 6s. Yeah, strength 3. And they got this defense 5, so they're fairly strong too. All right, so I need 6s to kill them. All right, that's that done. Next battle here, let's get back over here where you guys can see what's going on. This next battle here, just a one-on-one. Actually, it's not a one-on-one because we've got this rider involved here. Now, I don't know here, if this rider charged a target, hit him with his... hang on, what are we doing? We're on the wrong side here. This rider charged in, killed someone with a throwing spear, then charged this guy. So does that still considered a charge? Does he get his cavalry bonuses? I'm just going to say he does. So Isengard will get the 2 dice for this guy, 1 dice for this guy against the Rohans 1. And there we go, 3s versus 6s and 5s. So this guy's pushed back and knocked prone. So he's pretty much dead. So we get 4 attacks from the rider. Because he has 2 attacks on the charge, right? 1 plus the attack, 1 for charging. So it gives him 2 attacks. 4 because the guy's now prone. 2 from the other Uruk-hai. And, he's pretty much toast, right? All right, so that right flank for Rohan is slowly being crumbled away. That's all our fights done over here. We've got no fights over here. Let's now let's roll up our priority for turn 2. Jesus, it's been 40 minutes and I've played 2 turns. Well, 1 turn. Let's put our dice camera on for a priority for turn 2. 4. All right. Isengard still has it, even though that was the 3rd time we've rolled for priority for this turn. All right. Where are we? Let's have a quick look here. We got this one little dude sitting back here. That's fine. Charge. Let's come on this side over here so we can see what's going on. Let's get rid of the dice cam for a moment. And the other piece of technology I'm using is deck board on this old Samsung 2 tab 2 or whatever. I've got deck board on there. That's connected to OBS and switching all these cameras and turning on and off all these layers and stuff. And then we'll just come in around this guy here. We'll charge him there. We'll charge him there. We'll charge this guy in around here and trap everybody in there. Bring this guy around this side. And Shaku into these 2 guys here. So I can charge 2 control zones at the same time, right? As long as I'm touching bases with both of them, I can do that, right? All right, so that's that side of the table. Let's come over here. Let's get rid of that. Now, I want to charge these guys to stop them from getting their cavalry bonus, which, as I understand, they only get on the charge. These guys might be too far out. Maybe I should have done that the other way. Hey, you don't belong there. All right, let's stick you back on there. I've got no spears here or anything, so no supporting anything. Ah, crap. I don't know where that guy was. Nah, he'd be out. I wouldn't be able to charge that guy anyway. So let's I don't have enough to screen anything here. Let's just move him up here, whatever. Let's just move him up there. All right, so now at the moment, beginning of turn 2, Isengard movement. You know, we've just engaged a few things over here, a couple of charges over here. Now we'll do the Rohan movement. Theodred is just sitting on the mountain doing absolutely jack shit. Probably not the best place for one of the guys carrying all the might in the force, right? Right, let's get this captain around here. And we'll charge this guy here. They're in combat here. This guy can charge all the way around here and trap Shaku. Didn't really think about that, but there we go. Let's come up over this side here. I kind of want to get into combat over here a little bit. So I think we'll send this rider into combat with these two crossbowmen here. We'll send these two guys 3 inches out to here. And let's just move that out of the way. And 3 inches. Actually, if we just move this guy 2 more inches out this way, because I can't reach in this turn anyway, but if I stay there, I'll get a charge off. We'll move this guy out to here. That at least allows me to fire at those guys before I charge in next turn. And I'm pretty sure, you know, we don't have anything else that's going on here. I need to get this guy off the fucking hill. What is the point of him being up there? There's no point in him being up there if everybody else is being fucking massacred. So we'll jump him down here. Alright, that's that. It's Isengard with the priority movement shooting. Alright, so we'll get a couple of shots off over here. Let's come back to this side. Where's our other camera? We might be able to get a bit better view if I can show you this. For this question, where is the other camera gone? Oh, I know where it is. It's hiding back here. So let's have a look. Let's go roaming, right? Okay, so I've got these 3 crossbowmen here, and they want to fire at those guys over there. Now, because, you know, can they shoot through each other, or do they need to have their whole base clear? You can kind of see how I've got 3 overlapping bases here. I'm pretty sure they can all shoot at those guys over there. You know, obviously we have, you know, easy line of sight. That's not really an issue. But shooting across bases like that, I guess that's my question. Can we do that? Can you shoot across a base if part of your base can see past the base that you're shooting over? All right, I'm going to say they can for the moment, just to be able to get on with some action and shoot some stuff. So Vrasku is going to have his 2 shots, and 4s. Does he hit on a 4? Good old Vrasku. No, needs a 5+. Oh no, hang on, that's Shaku. Pretty sure Vrasku's going to be a bit different. Pretty sure the Urukai's hit on 4s. And Vrasku is hitting on 3s, and the Urukai, the Orcs, sorry. No, they're Urukai's. Yeah, they're hitting on 4s. Okay, so he's hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Let's throw this up. So he got a 4 and a 3. Shooting at this guy out here. Strength 3 versus toughness 5 is 5s. No. So we'll do the next guy. This guy here. Hidden by a dice camera. He hits on a 4. Does he wound on a 5? No. The last guy also shooting. Hitting on a 4 and wounding on a 5. No, so no shooting at all. That's that. Oh, hang on a second. Shit, I'm really bad with this, you know. I think this is part of the reason why the games that Scott and I have been playing at the studio have, you know, been kind of a little bit, or had mixed results. You know, a lot of people said that, you know, the Rohan force should have crushed the Isengard force in the last game that we played. But, you know, we're constantly forgetting about throwing spears and charging bonuses and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not going to worry about it this time. I will have to try to remember. Throwing spears. Charge into combat, stop, throw your spear, and then charge in. All right, so let's come back. No shooting here. Rohan. So they'll have 2 shots. So they've got these 2 riders out here. Let's come over to this side, switch that off. They've got these 2 riders over here that have moved half move, and they're going to shoot at these guys. Rohan, mounted Rohan guys. You know, what are their stats? You know, again, you know, learning the stats, I think, is a big part of helping the game go quicker, because then you're not having to look it up. And without learning them, I'm having to look it up every single time because I'm just not going to remember. So they're shoot 4. So the first guy, he'll have a shot at just a regular crossbowman. Actually, no, he'll have a shot at Brusky. Why not? Let's put that dice cam on, hey. What do we get? 1s. No. Second guy, hitting on a 4. 4's not going to do it. All right, so that's their shooting. That's about it, I think. That's about it. Combats. So I did my move. They did their move. I did my shooting and couldn't do anything. They did their shooting and couldn't do anything. There's no other shooting anywhere on the table, so now we're at combat. Isengard have the priority, so they will determine the sequence. All right, let's get rid of this little combat down here first. The one down here in the trees, you know. I got 2 crossbowmen versus the archer. Now, he charged into combat, so he should have thrown a throwing spear. Let's just, for, you know, sake of completeness, let's just see what would have happened with his throwing spear. Oh, he hit. I think we've got to give it to him. No, nothing happened. All right, so he gets his 2 attacks versus the 2 Uruk-hai warriors. And his other Uruk-hais have won it. They push back. Now I get 2 attacks on them, on the rider. 4 or 5. Now, I get to choose these, right? I get to choose whether I hit the rider or the horse in close combat. So I'm going to obviously attack the rider. Strength 4. Maybe. If we learn this shit. Defense 5. No, we're going to need 5s. Strength 4. 4 versus, we need 5. So we've got 1 hit on him. And that just kills him, right? So he disappears and the horse buggers off because the horse is never going to stick around. So that's that guy dead. All right. Let's do Shaku over here. Let's come over to this side. Let's get the dice tray on. We'll do this combat here with Shaku. Now, he did charge in, and again, you know, forgot about throwing spears. But anyway, Shaku has his 2, plus 1 for the charge. He gets that cavalry bonus, right? Well, we'll find out soon. That's just the way I'm going to play it for the moment. I'm pretty sure he's got 2 attacks and that cavalry bonus of 1 on the charge. Now, we've got 3 normal warriors and that captain. I'm pretty sure that captain's got to have 2 attacks, right? Captain. Yeah, he's got 2 attacks. Strength 4. And the regular warriors are going to be what? Strength 3. All right, so let's roll up. We've got 1, 2, 3 warriors. And the captain. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter at this stage, right? Which dice I'm rolling. It doesn't matter. All we're looking for is who wins the fight. well, I guess it does matter because the fight values will come in as they have here. The draw, 5-5. Who has the higher fight? Shaku or this regular warrior? Pretty sure it's gonna be Shaku. All right. Push, push. 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 And, Shaku has his 2 attacks. Now, do I get to nominate who I'm attacking? In this instance where, I was fighting 4 guys, I get to roll 1 attack, or I get to choose where I'm attacking, or I can put 1 attack on that guy and another attack on that guy. Pretty sure that's how it works. So I think we're going to try and put 2 attacks on the captain over here. So we'll just do both attacks on him. Shaku is strength 4. The captain is defense 5. So I'm needing 5s. I don't know if anyone has any special rules at this stage, but we'll forget about that for the moment. Needing 5s, and we've scored 1. All right, the captain has a point of fate, and we will use that point of fate now. And we pass. All right, no problems. Oh, that is one thing I need to do. Get out a little fate tracker. Will Might and fate tracker. All right, we'll just remember that guy doesn't have any fate. Like we're going to remember. All right, so we'll do this combat here next. That Urukai charged into combat, so he gets the +1 bonus, and that guy here, again, it's another draw, but the Uruks are going to win it. With that, actually, no, we need to check this because that's an orc on that Warg, isn't it? A Warg Rider is fight 3, and the warrior is also fight 3. So now this goes to a roll-off. I'm pretty sure, might be wrong here, but we'll just play it this way. It doesn't matter for the moment. 1, 2, 3 is evil. 4, 5, 6 is good. And I'm remembering that because the higher the number that you need normally is better, and the good side is better because they're good, right? I understand that's not necessarily the case, but that's just how I remember the number. 1, 2, 3, it's evil. 4, 5, 6 is good. It's evil! All right. Let's push this guy back. There's my 2 attacks. I am strength with that Warg Rider. He's an orc, right? Strength 3. Yeah. Defense 5. Needing 5s. Get nothing. All right. What's going on here? This is a big mess. That's my guy, my guy, my guy, my guy, my guy. Yeah, so... No, it's all fairly self-explanatory. I don't think we need to separate anything. We'll do this combat here first. So 3 Urukai warriors versus those 2, that single dude there. Who wins the fight? Isengard does. With a big 6. Alright, so now that guy can't go anywhere. He's trapped because this guy can't move away because he's in contact. He can't get out of there. So there's 6 attacks incoming. Strength 4 versus defense 5 is 5s. And we've got 2 of them. All right, that's that guy. Crushed. And then this other combat here. Now, this guy does have a little bit of room to escape, but, can he escape into those people's control zones? I don't know. So we've got 1... warrior, and Rohan Warrior, an Urukai Warrior, and an Orc Warrior on the charge. We do need to know who's who, right? Because again, the fight statistic makes a difference. Because the Orcs don't have a higher, the same sort of fight. They only fight 3, right? So this will be the Rohan guy, the Urukai Warrior, and the white dice will be the orc on the Warg. And the Orc on the Warg carries the day. Now, I don't know. Can this guy get out of here? I don't know if you guys can see very clearly. Let's just put this on and see. Let's just come here. Is that going to switch on? Is it going to behave itself? There we go. Now, can this guy escape? He's lost the combat, right? Lost the fight, the dual roll. Can he push into this space here, or is he going to be encroaching on their control zones and can't go anywhere? I'm going to say he can't go anywhere. You let me know in the comments, which we'll go and read in just a second at the end of this turn 2, 60 minutes into this bloody stream. I'm pretty sure he can't go into that space there. So that's just the way I'm going to play it. All right. Whereabouts are we now? All right, we'll come back to this side. Well, we have a lovely view of the back of that building. All right, so he's trapped. I've got the Orc on the Warg. Do we have any more white dice? We do. There's the dice for the Orc on the Warg and the 2 green ones for the Uruk. This guy's pretty much toast. With the 6. And he's dead. That's all that combat's done. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It doesn't end. It continues on this side of the table over here. You know, we've got this combat over here happening now. Wasn't there a combat that happened here before? Shit, I don't know what I'm doing. This is part of the trouble when you're playing against yourself, especially when you're trying to, walk through it in front of people. Anyway, so let's just do this one behind the tree here first. We've got the Uruk who charged in. He's only got the 1 attack. 1 attack from the cavalryman. It's on the blue. And the Uruks win it with a 5. All right, let's push him back. And I'm strength 4 versus defense 5, so I need 5s, which we do not get. The next one across is the same deal. And again, the Uruks have it. Push him back. Same deal, strength 4 versus defense 5, which we don't get. And the last one is also exactly the same. And this time, Rohan has said, no, enough is enough. And I'm strength 4, right? Those riders of Rohan. Rider of Rohan. It's only strength 3 versus defense 6. So we need 5s. 6s will do it. I think that's our first Urukai casualty of the game. There we go. Not a bad outcome so far for the forces of Isengard. There we go. That's where we stand at the end of turn 2. Pretty much this whole flank over here has been crushed. This whole unit of warriors of Rohan are gone. We have got a small contingent of them left, half of them left here. And Theodred, after standing on the top of the mountain, watching people get slaughtered, has decided to come down and help them. And our riders over here, we did lose one, but I'm fairly sure that hopefully in the next turn, if they can get priority, then they'll be able to do something over there, especially with all those charges going off. So there we go. That's 2 turns. That's 2 turns done, and we've been streaming for 60 minutes. We'll see how we go. Let's come and sit down. Yes, 60 minutes. Holy crap. Jesus Christ. 60 minutes and 2 turns. That's ridiculous. But, I am having to look a lot of stuff up. And this is one of the things that I really enjoy. I mentioned before about some of the YouTube channels that I've been watching. Obviously, it goes without saying, Zorp. Lachlan has a wonderful, wonderful channel, and his passion and his enthusiasm for the game is just, monstrous. He's obviously well versed in the game. And for someone who loves terrain, I'm all about terrain. His setups are beautiful. So thank you, Lachlan, for all the motivation and the inspiration to get into some Middle Earth strategy battle game. Put my cameras on and start filming. It's been 11 years now since I started putting videos on YouTube. And your channel has helped me, want to do some of this. The guys from Conquest Creations, Lucas over there, Lucas Jacob, I think his name is, and Sean Rosato. I've been watching a little bit of those guys. Great fun. Again, obviously, these are all competitive people, so they know the rules inside out, and so they can play these super quick games. I don't know what I was thinking, that, I'd be able to put this stream on, and that, in fucking 40 minutes I'd play, a very quick, simple game. Or an hour I'd play a game. I'd play 2 turns. But like I said, I think learning the stat line is one of the big things. Because that's where all the, what do I need to roll? What do I need to roll comes into it. And, when you watch those channels, they're just like, oh, I need 4s, 3s, 4s, 6s, 5s, whatever. And, that's taken care of automatically. Then they can get into all the special rules and stuff. So those 2 channels I've really been enjoying. And there was another one who popped up. The Tipsy D6 or something. Oh, fuck, I can't remember. Anyway. Let's get back to our comments. And it's super hot in here with all these lights on. And I can't take this jumper off because I've got this mic connected to it. No, I can just connect it to my shirt, right? Jeez, yeah. It's super hot. All right, so where are we? Back to hurting myself. Yeah, okay, there we go. So Gun Barrel says, nice setup, very intriguing. It's working. I think it's working well. I think it's working well. The 13th says, we love the ramble. That's why we all come to see you at the cons. Well, I do love talking. And I love going to shows. 2020's been a shitty year for Knights of Dice. Not being able to go to shows. We did one at the beginning of the year and all the others were cancelled, including PAX. 60,000 people at PAX and, cancelled. Didn't get to see anyone. I love going to shows. I love talking to people. I love talking. My daughter, who normally sits in the desk just on the other side of where you are now, she's been doing homeschooling for most of this year. Her desk is right there just behind you. And she watches a lot of YouTubes and, her favourite game is, she's only 6, she's in year 1. And much like me, she's a constant talker, constantly talking to herself. I'll be forever coming into this room saying, who are you talking to? Because she knows how to use Skype now, and she's constantly Skyping her friends. I'm like, who are you talking to? She's like, nobody. But she'll be sitting there, playing a game going, oh, look at this, guys, I need to get that extra health potion, so I'm going to run over there and, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. Like she's making a video for YouTube. So, I'm like, why are you constantly talking to yourself? And my wife is constantly saying, because she's your daughter. Have you ever listened to yourself? You constantly talking to yourself. Galadrim, FYI, you get an extra attack for charging. When a model's knocked prone, you double your attacks. This includes the extra attack for cavalry charging. Yeah, that's right. So that charging bonus consists of those 2 things, right? 1, they get the extra attack when they charge in, and 2, when they knock somebody over, they become prone. That doesn't happen though if it's just a normal combat. If the cavalry model gets charged by some infantry, they lose those bonuses, right? So even if the cavalry guy wins after he's been charged, if he wins the duel roll, he doesn't knock him prone, right? That only happens because of the momentum of the charge, right? Tabletop Gaming. Popping in saying hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. How are you, mate? Keep doing these, dudes. I will, man. I don't think we're going to play the whole game here. It's getting late. It's 10 p.m. I wanted to put the stream on just to test the equipment, test the process, test, deck board and, switching of scenes and cameras and all that sort of stuff. And, just to start playing some games. I think we'll be here until 1 o'clock if I try to play this whole game through to the end. So I definitely want to keep doing it. Okay, it's great for me to watch battle reports I'm not part of. I'm sure that Tabletop Gaming says that. I'm sure it would be way better to watch Battle Report that's being made by somebody who knows what they're doing, like you guys. But I'll get there. Tabletop Gaming continues on by saying only one. Okay, so this comes back to that, that weird little shot that I showed. Only one can shoot over the shoulder, but it's true line of sight, so bases are irrelevant, pal. Okay. So does that mean I can still shoot? I might take a picture of that and pop it up on one of the SBG groups. Plastic Crack Gaming says, what's the crack, Viv? Well, everything is good right now, man. I'm mostly healthy. My family is, fit and healthy. My daughter's just gone back to school, and I'm playing some Middle-earth strategy battle game and live streaming it to the tubes. Things are good, man. Things are good. I can't complain. The 13th goes on to say how I can imagine it would feel like work after a while. Personally, I'm currently working on my own setup to achieve something like this with much less equipment. I'd love to see it, man. Currently in the Bunnings website trying to jerry-rig something in my head. I've been through it so many times. Different sorts of PVC connections to build some sort of weird rigging frame and stuff. And, it's nice. I think this is working. I think it's working. So Plastic Crack Gaming says, what software are you using to stream to OBS and is it free? And the 13th says, from memory, is using DroidCam. I am using DroidCam on the Android, on the Play Store. There's some better software out there. I can't remember what it's called. Nope, it's gone. But that's only available on iPhones. Now, I don't have any iPhones, and I'm not interested in buying any iPhones. I'm only using cameras because they're old and I've got them already. And so, yeah, DroidCam on the Android costs $7 for the paid version. The paid version basically just gets rid of the watermark. It is a little glitchy and a little slow, and it requires a really strong Wi-Fi connection. So when I watch this back later on, you guys might have seen on the roaming camera, that's the one that's moving around. It might be a little bit jerky or stuttery, but that's because it's using a Wi-Fi connection, and my router is not in this room. So I might need to get a Wi-Fi extender in here if I want to be using DroidCam. There is better software out there, but this was the easiest and quickest for me to just get running. Here's a. So on we go to. What just happened? I skipped a whole bunch of shit here. Now I don't know where the fuck I am. Here we go. So back to Plastic Crack. Let me just skim through here. Yeah. So what do we have? Uruks and Urukai against Rohan Riders. Isengard versus Rohan. Yeah, I don't remember the actual units. Okay, so it's pretty much an Isengard force versus Rohan. Isengard can take some of the Orc Wild Riders, even though they don't have the Isengard keyword. But we're not getting into too many special rules and all that sort of stuff here. So it's pretty much Isengard versus Rohan. A big mob of Riders of Rohan and a big mob of Warriors of Rohan, and then some Urukai Warriors and some Uruks with crossbows, pretty much. Would love to know how you're using iPad to control cams. So I mentioned that before. I'm using a deck board. Again, it's another free app. It might have a paid version. So the deck board interfaces with OBS. You need to install the WebSocket plugin for OBS, and then you can get deck board again on Android for free, and it gives you 2 boards of buttons. So I've got all my buttons here: starting screens, pause screens, end the stream if an emergency happens and I've got to quickly duck out. I can just hit that button. And then the second board, that's got the roaming camera on it at the moment and nothing else. I only need the 2 boards, so I haven't paid for the the upgraded version. The upgraded version just allows you to add more boards. Then you can just slide across, and you might use those if you're using sound effects or special effects. When I was talking to Scott about doing this, I was talking about putting on a special effect that flashes up a little dice 1 1 1 1 1 for those moments when someone's constantly rolling ones. And that's one thing I've loved about Lachlan's channel, is watching him keep a track of that Nazgul scream with the ones. Greg Burgess, is Lachlan not here? I doubt it, mate. That guy's got way more important things to be doing than watching some amateur streaming shit on YouTube. Drink more beer, Viv. I will, mate. Don't worry. I've got more beer in the fermenter at the studio. That's due to come out in maybe a week, just over. Nice big 6.8% IPA. I've just kegged up. Because my brewery, if you haven't seen my channel before, I do a lot of home brewing as well. I just caked up some nice pale ale, which is what I'm drinking tonight. Nate's Miniatures. Hey, rubbish in, rubbish out. Just jumped in to say hi. Just finishing some editing, then heading off to bed. Yeah, me too, mate. It's 10 o'clock here. I might play another turn and see how we go. You know, it's hot in here. Hot, real hot. Says I've yet to go to a con. They're great fun. If you can get to PAX, get to PAX. All right. Greg says, as others have said, get the cards or make your own, and maybe some gaming aids like tokens and such do. Well, you know, tokens and gaming aids and all that sort of stuff I've got. You know, I'm in my 40s, so you know, when I was at school and I was learning, we used flashcards to remember and learn things, and so I might have to make some flashcards with, you know, Rider of Rohan strength on the front. You know, look at that and go 3, 3, and learn the stats. It'll make a huge difference. There we go. All right, let's get back to our table and we'll go have a look. I'm just going to refill my beer. I'll be back in just a minute here. Listen to this crap. Okay, all right, sorry about that. Just wanted to quickly go and refill that beer. Happy Saturday night, everyone. I'm pretty sure nobody's out in any pubs or anything, so cheers. Looking forward to the announcement tomorrow about what restrictions we get eased here in Victoria. It'd be nice for my daughter to see her grandfather. All right, so where are we? That's the end of turn two. Let's roll for a priority. Again, Rohan's on the blue dice, Isengard on the green. Let's stick that on so we can see. What is this dice cam like? Is it easy to see on the screen? Is it clear? Can you guys see those numbers? These are only 12mm dice. So I'm thinking maybe I might need to use 6mm dice. 16mm dice. So Rohan has priority. That's exactly what they needed right now. So let's flip that over so I remember who's got what. That is exactly what they needed. All right, so let's start off with this side of the table here. Let's turn that off. We'll come back to their right flank in a minute. All right, so we should be able to do a bit of business here. So all these guys will all get. Now, can I take one of these riders and charge 2 control zones at the same time? Two guys at the same time. I'm pretty sure I can. Now this guy, oh fuck, if I do that, oh, he's just out. But you know, for the sake of, fuck it, let's have some fun, he's just in by minus 5mm, but you know, that's good enough, right? All right, let's take care of this guy. Let's take care of this guy. Now, here's an example for the people who are still following along. Let's come over here. Let's get back onto roaming cam. No, that's not roaming cam. That's room cam. Hi, everyone. Nick here. All right, let's get back here. This is roaming cam here. Roaming cam takes a second to switch on because it's mildly, you know, uncomfortable in public. Go roaming cam. Switch on. All right, so this one here, right? So we charge this guy in here, we charge this guy in here. Now, can we take this guy? I can see both these guys. Can I charge around the back here and then engage both of these guys at the same time? I'm pretty sure you can do that. As long as you can touch both bases, you know, at the same time, you can charge two people, right? I'll have to check the books, but, you know, there we go. Hopefully, you know, Roman Cam makes that a little bit clearer. All right, let's get back. All right, so that's that side over here. Let's jump back on over here to this side of the table. Let's turn off our dice tray. Theodred will charge Shaku. So will the captain. I just want a regular guy on this guy here. How many guys have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. I can trap both these models, but then these guys will come and fuck me up. So let's send somebody out here and negate this guy's cavalry bonus at least. And then this guy, we'll just wrap him a little bit here. We'll charge this guy. Yep. Into this guy. Charge this guy around here. That negates his cavalry bonus, that's all those guys done. Okay, so that's Rohan's movement. Let's just come up the top. Let's get rid of a dice tray. Excuse me. There's no point in these guys milling around here anymore. The crossbowmen. So to come and ease up over here, we'll charge this guy in here. Actually, let's do this. Let's wrap around here. And let's wrap around here to trap that Rider of Rohan so we can really make sure we crush him. So we need to get this guy just around a little bit further. You know, one of the things that, you know, last year I think at CanCon when we were there in Canberra, I was watching some Middle-earth games at the tournament there. And one of the things that I noticed was like people are super fine about their movement. I was like, what the fuck, man? You know, what is all this little bit here and a little bit there? And you know, it wasn't really until, you know, I started looking into SBG, you know, a couple months ago that I realized that the movement is a super critical part of the game. And, you know, obviously as I've been watching more battle reports, it's really interesting to see how people use that as part of their strategy and tactic in dealing with the game. Like in that scenario here, if we just come back here, you know, where I was going to send one guy off to you know, even up this combat. So there's a 2-on-1 here. Have I forgotten about throwing spears again? I fucking did. A 2-on-1 combat here. And I thought, I'll send one of these guys over here to even it up. But then I thought, you know, look, let's trap this guy because, you know, then I can really be sure I'm going to kill him. Anyway, all right. So that's one thing I've really been enjoying is, you know, just the nuance of the game. You know, and, you know, I'm not even using any special rules here at the moment. Let's forget all about bloody special strikes and stabbing and feinting and shielding and all that sort of stuff. Let's just fucking remember to throw our spears first before we start worrying about any of that business. Alright, so that's their movement, that's their movement, that's their movement. Now, I am going to very quickly, if we just come back over this side here, I am very quickly going to do my throwing spears. Who had priority? Good did. So they got the charges off here, 100% for sure. Okay. Oh yeah, I haven't done the other side of the table yet. Let's do our throwing spears here, right? Can you guys, we got one here just behind the ruin. From your eye behind the ruin here, there's a rider here. So let's go into combat. So their throwing spears, they use their shoot value, right, when they throw those spears into combat. So the riders of Rohan shoot what? 4. Let's get a dice tray up here so we can carry along. Oh, that went straight into my beer. How did I manage that? Oh, man. This requires, I think, some roaming camera. All right, so I tried to throw a dice in here, and it rolled straight across the top, right into my beer, and it's rolled a 6. So let's use that. I think that's a well decent roll. So we've hit this guy with our throwing spear, and do we kill him now? What does our dice cam say? I can't see that number in there. It's a 2. No, we don't. All right, let's get off roaming. It's too drunk to actually, land it. So we hit him. We didn't kill him, and then we'll charge in. This guy here, does he hit? He does not. All right, let's fish that dice out of that beer before I accidentally drink it. I keep sinking. All right, and then this one here at the back here, throwing spear. He hits on a 5. Does he kill? No, I'm pretty sure we'll need 5s at least. The throwing spear is strength 3, right? We will certainly need more than that. Alrighty. Give me half a second while I try and sort this beer out. So what are your favourite parts about the game? For me, like I said, that movement. Oh fuck, that's not going to get out of there. I think we'll just drink around it. What's your favourite part of the game? I'm really enjoying everything at the moment, but that's because I really haven't gotten into a whole bunch of the special stuff, and certainly no characters and nothing that has anything to do with will or magic or anything like that. We'll get there eventually. And, the purpose of just playing these games is to get used to the basics. And like I said, I keep on forgetting about the throwing spears, so let's just try and get throwing spears sorted out before we start worrying about, characters with 7 will and all that sort of stuff. All right, let's come back. Okay, so that's all done over here. Now, over on this side of the table. So Rohan charged. We've got this one stupid Uruk sitting back here, holding on to that objective. Can he charge that guy? No, he's out by half an inch. That's a little too far to be taking the mickey. All right, let's wrap that guy around there. Here's a question. Let's go back to roaming for a second. So, I've got this guy here, right? Can I charge around this combat into that guy? Do I have line of sight, basically, is the question. Can I see through, all of that chaos to get around this fight to that guy on the other side? I'm going to say no. But, let me know. Is that something that you can do? Actually, fuck it. For the sake of fun and hilarity, let's just say you can fucking do it. And you tell me in the comments if you can actually, according to the rules, do that. All right, so let's come back. And then this guy here will come around here and just engage that guy there. Alright, so you know what would be sweet is to have some sort of gimbal up here on the roof that allowed me to zoom in. I'd need a DSLR for this. I can't believe I'm talking about more tech. This is ridiculous. Let's just get back to the game. Actually, no, I just want, let me finish, please. is to have some sort of gimbal up here that I could use some remote control to move that camera around and then zoom in from a top-down perspective. So, and I need to fix the white balance. Whilst we're looking at this top-down, it'd be great to be able to zoom into just this little battle here from the top down. Maybe that's not 100% necessary because, we always can just go, roaming and, go top down. I don't know. There we go. Anyway, we're rambling. So that's movement. There's absolutely no shooting now because everybody is engaged in combat. Fights, good habit. Let's try and kill Shaku first. That's over here, so let's come on this side here. Let's bring this up. So we'll do this mob here. Shaku's been trapped. Let's try and kill him. All right, so I guess we kind of need to figure out who's who, right? So let's stick our dice tray on. Actually, that's the wrong camera. There we go. Green for our regular warrior. White for our captain. And we'll choose some red dice for Theodred. Now, I'm sure Theodred has some cool abilities. But, I don't know what the fuck they are. And I'll worry about that later on. And the Shaku up there's got 2 attacks. Pretty sure Shaku attacks 2. Yes, great. All right, let's see who wins this fight. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. I've gotten rid of the Warrior of Rohan dice. All right, so Rohan is on everything except green. And obviously they have won it. 2 big 6s here. And so Shaku can't go anywhere. So he's now trapped, so strikes are doubled, right? Let's do our Rohan Warrior first. Oh, a 5 and a 6. He's only strength 3, right? The Warrior of Rohan, I'm pretty sure, is a strength 6. Strength 3 versus Shaku's defense of 5. No, he's defense 6. So 3-6. Is it more than double? Does he need a 6? I'm pretty sure he needs a 6. Anyway, the 6 will do it. So that's 1 wound. So we'll just put that to the side. We'll come back and remember that in a minute. Now, let's do Theodred on red. 6 and a 5. So Theodred, his strength 4. So that the 5s and 6s will do it. So there's 2 more hits on Shaku. Now the regular captain. He's got 2 attacks doubled. 2 big 6s. So that's 5 wounds on Shaku. Even with his fate, he's got 1 fate, right, Shaku? What is he? He's 3-1-1, right? Yeah. He can't do anything about it. So bye, Shaku. Thanks for coming to the battle. All right. Taking care of him. I might come across to the other side of the table now. And take care of some of this cavalry stuff over here. I think Rohan is in a good place. If we can take care of these guys and hold that up for a little bit on the other side of the table, they might be able to jump onto some of these objectives with that cavalry that can move really, really fast. All right, let's just do this one here. There's 2-on-1 behind the rock. So there's 2 blue, 1 green. They charge, so he's got the charging bonus. Ooh, comes down to fight. Rider of Rohan, fight 3. No, the Uruks are fight 4, so losers. And the Uruk, needing a 5. No. Alright, the next one over here, the Rider of Rohan on blue, and the Uruk. Oh, and the Uruks are just saying no. We're not interested in this business. Needing a 5. No. Uruks are strength 4, right? See, even when I think I know it, I still have to check it. Yeah, strength 4 versus a rider of Rohan, defense 5 is 5s, yeah. Okay. Let's do this 2-on-1 so that guy's charged and he's got these two guys here. Here we go. They've won it. So these two guys will push out and push out. They're now both prone, so let's stick a little marker on that guy. Let's stick a little marker on this guy. Now we might split our attacks here because I get 4 of them, right? So we'll do 2 on this first guy just behind the building. Hitting 5s. That's the first guy dead. The second guy dead. So look at that, 6-4, 6-4. Oh man, I didn't have a dice cam on. Did I have a dice cam on? Where are we? Are we on this side of the table? We are. Why is the dice cam not coming on? What's going on, dice cam? It's dice cam off. Let me sort out the dice cam. Hang on. Actually, I don't need to put you on that holding page. Let's just go to this room view. Is this off? How did that happen? No. We have no dice cam. It wasn't charging. So there are some improvements that I need to do here with so many phones running cameras continuously. They need to be plugged into a camera source. Now, obviously, overhead cam here, roof cam, this one here, this is plugged in and charging. Whereas, dice cam is, dice cam's just connected to a power bank and the socket had come out and the phone went flat. These are just some of the things to tweak and iron out as we go through. Okay, so no dice cam at the moment. But if we go back to our view over here, both these guys are dead. Nice work, Rider of Rohan. I love movies and I love watching Lord of the Rings. And I've watched it so many times, continuously. It plays at least the entire, extended trilogy once a week here in my, my games room at home while I'm painting or doing different sorts of things. But do you think I could quote something from the movie for an epic moment such as that? It would be amazing, but I can't. Something will come to me later and I'm like, fucking, I should have said this. Scott's really good at that, and that's why I can't wait to stream with him, because he's all about that culture, nerd culture, and he's that guy's on the money sometimes. Pain in the ass sometimes, but normally on the money. All right, so let's come back. Are you playing along? Phone? Yeah, it's on 1%. It's not charging. All right. We've got bad news, people. Dice cam is down. We might have to go roaming for our dice rolls. All right, let's come back. Anyway, all right. We'll have to figure out what happened to dice cam. Let's finish this off over here before we go over there. Rohan does have the priority. We've got a charge on 2 crossbowmen here, or Vrasku, and a regular warrior. Actually, let's do this one here that's trapped. Let's do that one there that's trapped. All right. So we've got... he's charging. I wonder, can it charge fast enough? Dice cam is back! It lives! It lives! Alright, so our Rider of Rohan on blue versus the 3 crossbowmen. Oh, the crossbowmen have it. By 1. Okay, so he can't go anywhere. He's trapped. So we're going to get 6 strikes against him. There's another dice, which, I'll fish out later on. Oh, yeah, I better not forget there's a dice in my beer, hey, before I take any more big gulps of that. Is it still in there? It is. Actually, it must have a small hole in it because it's sunk to the bottom now. It's full of beer. Oh, that's great. All right. Do we kill this guy? 4s. Crossbowman, strength 4, defense 5. No! What's the rider of Rohan? Oh, actually, so no, here, right? Here. Now, rules, right? You have to remember to declare whether you're attacking the rider or the horse in melee, right? Obviously, in melee, you'd always attack the rider. True? Why wouldn't you? Kill the rider and the mount buggers off in 90% of the cases, right? So, we're hitting the rider. Hitting the rider. And the rider has a defense of 4, 5, 5s. So we need 5s. Oh, no. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So now what happens in this instance? The guy's lost the combat. He's trapped. I rolled 6 strikes against him and couldn't roll a 5. Do these crossbowmen just back off a little bit? Is that what happens? Is there anyone watching who knows? Because I'd love to know what the result of this is right now. And let's just focus that dice cam. Focus. Is there... Can anyone tell me right now? Actually, I'm going to sit down for a second. Because I'd love to know the results of this. Let me get it up on roaming. Or just put everything back. Let's get it on roaming. Go roaming, switch on whenever you feel like it. That'd be lovely. And there we go. Feeling comfortable? Yeah, okay, great. All right, so we've got this combat here. Charged in, got outflanked. He wouldn't have got his cavalry bonus then, would he? Oh, yes, he would have because he's still fighting infantry. Anyway, long story short, he survived the 6 strikes against him. So what happens? Do these guys move out? What happens? Let me know in the comments if it's there. I'd love to know. All right, let's go back to overhead. I'm going to come back and sit down for a second until we find out. And it'd be super interesting. I'd love to know. All right, so yes, Greg says the winner back off. Yeah, okay, so he's trapped, he can't go anywhere. So the winner has to back off. All right, thank you so much. Let's get back to the table. All right, excuse me. All right, there we go. So the winner backs off over here. Let's get back to this side over here. Get rid of that dice tray. So these guys back off. Sweet. Now we got this 2-on-1 over here. The warrior of Rohan charging in against Vrasku and a normal crossbowman. So the Rohan's on the blue dice, Vrasku on the white dice, the regular Rohan on the green dice. There's more dice on the floor now than there are on the table. How is this possible when I'm using a dice tower? Get that dice cam up. Go dice cam. Right, what are we? 5 high. That's the Rohan. The warrior has come through. Pushes these guys back. Right, and they're both prone now. Let's get some prone markers. And they're both prone. All right, so we get 4 attacks, right? He's normally got 2 on the charge, and then 4 because they're prone. All right, let's try and take care of Vrasku, right? Let's throw 2 of these against Vrasku. So a rider of Rohan is strength 3. Vrasku's got to be at least a strength 6, right? Defense 6 here. That's Shaku. He might not because he's got a crossbow, right? He might only be 5. He is. Okay, so we need 5s. We get 1 on him. Now he does have 1 fate and 2 wounds. So let's throw the other 2 at him. No, none. All right, Vrasku. He's going to throw his fate and try and avoid that wound. Has Vrasku already used his fate? Who's used his fate? Because I'm not keeping a track of any of this shit. Has Vrasku already used fate? Who used fate? I'm pretty... No, I don't know. Where was I going to put the counter? I was going to put a counter somewhere. So I've got somewhere, all right, you know, like I said, you know, this is all about learning. This is not an amazing, you know, Middle-earth strategy battle game experience for you guys. This is more about me learning and sharing this shit with you guys. It's not my fault that you're sitting there watching this. I'm pretty sure that Vrasku has used that fate. I'm pretty sure he used that fate because I had that massive fight up over here versus Shaku, where he just had so many wounds his fate wouldn't help him. Vrasku had his fate, he's taken a wound. He's used it, I'm sure. Yeah, he's got 2 wounds, so I need to track this somehow. Little green dice. I've got some little trackers somewhere. But, you know, God knows where they are, right? Didn't think about it. We'll get them ready for next turn. All right, let's come back over here. All right, so we've used all our attacks. There's a couple of prone guys on the ground, including Vrasku, who's taken a wound. That's our battle over here. Let's come over this side of the table. Rohan has priority. We did this battle first and killed Shaku. Then we moved over here. We almost killed Vrasku. Yeah, but it was not to be. Doesn't really matter in which sequence we do this. So let's just do this 2-on-1 right here. So we've got 2 green dice. We need 2 green dice for the Uruks, 1 for the Rohan Warrior, and the Uruks have it. The Rohan Warrior backs off a little bit, and the Uruks, do they kill him? They do on a 5. Toast. Let's go to this one here. Again, it's 2-on-1. He charged in to negate his cavalry bonus, so it's still just 2-on-1. On Rohan! No! I will not allow it. Alright, back he goes. Alright, so striking. Let's go for the rider of the orc on the warg. Yep, blue dice. 6. We kill him. Okay, so now we get to use our first, you know, throne rider sort of stuff, right? No, not throne rider. The rider is dead. Let's just come back here for a second. The rider is now dead. I need to make a roll for the warg to see if he mills around, right? Courage check, right? Pretty sure it's a courage check to see if that guy mills around. So let's have a look. Let's go back over here because there's no dice cam on room view. So let's come back here. 5. No way. He's out. Nice work. Random warrior of Rohan. What's left over here? This guy, if I'm going to be playing myself like this, I need to know who's charged and who hasn't. It might be easier for you guys to remember because you're not playing 2 sides. Did this guy charge into this guy? Did the warg charge the rider of Rohan? I don't remember, so let's go with the underdog here, and it's the warrior of Rohan. He's got 1 dice on blue. We've got 2 guys on green. I don't remember what I did. Oh, 6s. It's down to fight. Would this have made a difference? It would have, because that orc on the warg has a different bite, right? It does. Warg Rider is fight 3 versus that Uruk who's fight 4, right? So we don't know who this dice belongs to. So let's 50-50 it. 1, 2, 3 it belongs to the Uruk. 4, 5, 6 it belongs to the Quagglebackler, because this makes a difference. 1, 2, 3 it belongs to the Uruk. So the Uruk has won the combat, and his fight is higher, so this guy gets pushed back. By the way, the Quagglebackler, I'm pretty sure, was the Warg Rider. Green dice for the Isengard. Can they kill him? 5 is down. Wow, these guys just haven't been able to survive over here, have they? They've just been absolutely crushed. And I'm pretty sure that's the end of the third turn. All right, so, not too bad. The flank over here for Rohan is just falling apart. We've got both our characters still over here, the captain of Rohan and Theodred. Theodred's got a whole bunch of cool rules. Well, I don't know what they are, but I'm assuming they're cool, right? Expert Rider, Horse Lord, Reckless Charge. Excuse me. But he's not on a horse. Arise, Riders of Theoden. I don't know. Who cares, right? For the moment, and the purposes of what this game is, who cares? It's falling apart over here, but they're holding their own on this side of the table. So let's come back into turn 3. We'll go sit down and read the comments. I'll try and fish this dice out of my beer. And have a read through the comments and come back with turn 4. What do you reckon? 1.5 hours, an hour and 40 minutes? Let's find out. Amazing. An hour and 50 minutes, hour and 47 minutes we've been streaming for. That's ridiculous. All right. I think we might. What's the time? It's 11:15. We might need to wrap this up. All right. So let's. Where are we? Back with our comments. Here we go. Okay, back to tabletop gaming. Highly recommend getting some profile cards, Viv. Yeah, having some profile cards. That I used Battle Scribe. I think it was. I've never used Battle Scribe before. And Scott was saying, use Battle Scribe, it's fucking amazing. And, and it's printed out these sheets that, for quick reference, it's not entirely quick reference. It's fucking all sorts of rules and stuff in there. And, that was a while ago. It's locking here. No. More advancing. The 13th says, lessen the light a little bit on the dice. You having trouble with the dice tray? Okay, that's good to know. I do want to make some tweaks to that. I need a place to put the battery pack for it properly, or somewhere to run a cable which I can plug it in. Yeah, I'm also concerned about the glare. I really want that to be as matte as possible, so anything that gets rolled in, it comes through crystal clear. And Greg says, I couldn't read the green one. You can, but if he has no support, they could surround him. Okay, so we come back here. Sorry, I should have come and checked the comment when I asked the question. Greg, you can, but if he has no support, they could surround him. I can't remember what that was about. Sorry, Greg. Yeah, well, this is another thing. Greg mentions here, movement is super critical. But I really love when I remember to use might to call with me when I lose priority. Now, this is one thing where Scott and I really haven't. Only really in the last game did we start playing around with spending might to do heroic actions. And there's been no heroic actions in this game. I think, again, I'm repeating myself. Coming back to learning the profiles, just so that's out of the way. It's so mentally exhausting, especially when you're playing by yourself, to have to check stats all the time. If you can just remember those and get them out of the brain, push them to the side, then you're starting to bring in some of those other cool functions of the game, like the heroic actions. Jacob from Conquest Creations is here, mate. I wish I could stay and watch. I'm keen to see where this goes. More Middle-earth is always to the best. When this whole lockdown thing is over, I would love to get some collaboration going. Lucas, I don't know if you're still watching or if you've headed off, but I'd love to get involved with the wider community here in Melbourne. I've never really been strongly attached to one game, and thus therefore never really known any one game well enough to be able to produce content like you do. Or the other cool content creators on YouTube that know this game and can, create cool content for us to, watch and enjoy. I've been putting on so many battle reports while I've been cleaning the kitchen over the last couple of weeks. I've got a great big TV in front of my kitchen, in front of the sink, or, on the other side of the room. But it's great fun to just put a battle report on, while I'm cleaning and washing up and, sorting and tidying up the house. So the Seven Faces says, not sure if this has come up yet, but I'm watching using headphones and have no voice audio in the right headphone, just music. Great vid setup, man. Really cool. Okay, that's very interesting. Thanks for bringing that up. And we do. We only have a left track. Why do we not have a right track? Thanks for letting me know. Properties. Mics. Input. Balanced left and right. Okay, I'll have to have a look into that. Thanks, man, for letting me know. I really appreciate it. The Seven Faces 3. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Thanks, man. So we get back. Loser backs off. Lord Draconum says, yeah, page 33, loser backs away. Thanks, man. All right. Do you have kill team tokens you can use? Well, this is one of the great things of owning Knights of Dice, right? Ever need any tokens or anything, we just knock them up, which is where all my prone tokens have come from. And I've got turn trackers. I've got, those Will, Might, Fate, Wound trackers. I don't know where they are right now. They're going to be in one of the boxes in this room somewhere. All right, and then we get to the Baraji. Multi-camera setup is awesome, mate. Very slick. Thank you, man. The main purpose of tonight's stream, and we're fucking pushing 2 hours, was just to test out the equipment and just see how it goes. And my knowledge of the game is absolutely minimal, which is fairly evident. But I just wanted to test out the setup, really. I appreciate it. Lord Draconum says the camera work is great. Thanks, man. Back to the Baraji. Top down is very useful too. I need to sort out the top cam, roof cam as I've called it. I think I need to sort out the white balance because, it changes every time I put my arms underneath the table and, I'm not really digging that. I have also tweaked the cameras a little bit. I've played a little bit around with some of the saturation just so that things do come across a little bit clearer because under the lights, what have we got? We got 4,000 watts of light on this table. And that's probably way too many. I could probably take out some of these lights from these studio lights. So I've fiddled with the color correction a little bit, just so things stand out a little bit more on camera. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to look like. Even right now, this camera, I've fiddled with the balance a little bit, so things appear a little bit darker, so we get a better contrast. I've changed the contrast slightly. I'll come back and make some edits as we go forward and see how the setup works. And Greg finishes up the comments by saying, I'm fucking terrible at remembering to use might. In the first 3 games that Scott and I played, I don't think we used a point of might at all. Not a single one. And like in this one, we haven't either. There is our fallen hero. Are you full of beer? Why did you sink? There we go. Oh, on that gross last note, I think we might call the stream there at an end. Should we play? No, let's play. It's not my fault. If you want to watch, you can watch, That's not my fault. If you want to watch, you can watch. Let's go finish this fucking game. All right, I'm going to put you on that, what's it called? I'll be right back screen. I'll go get another beer, then we'll come back to the table, and we'll play this game out. If you want to mill around, you can mill around. I want to finish it anyway. Alright, so I should probably put up on my videos here a language warning. This is not a channel for little kids. Far from it. Alright, so we're back down to priority, right? Okay, so there's no dice cam on room cam, so let's go overhead. Let's stick a dice tray on. And let's see who we go. Blue, don't forget, is Rohan. Oh, it's a draw again. So we flip now back to evil. Isengard. And we've got some prone characters on the ground. I'm going to have to figure out how we deal with prone characters. I'm pretty sure they can get up at the cost of half their movement. Have to look that up. So let's come back to those guys in a second. So what have you guys been doing during lockdown? Have you been able to play? Let's get rid of that dice tray for a second. We don't need that on. Are things functioning where you are? I'm looking forward to the press release, to the press announcement, the press conference tomorrow with our Premier, Daniel Andrews, to tell us what we can and can't do. First things first. Okay, let's come over here. Let's get rid of that for a second. Let's take this Uruk and charge this guy around here. Let's take this guy and charge Theodred. Let's take this guy at the back and come around and charge this guy. Can't trap him. This guy's going to be way too far away. Yep. Okay. So let's not worry about it too much. Let's just engage this guy. Let's get a 2-on-1 on this captain in here. And this ninny milling around on the objective back here. Let's just leave him there, right? You know, that flank's fallen. Let's just leave him there. All right, let's come across to the other side of the table. Let's get rid of our dice tray for the moment. Who has priority? Isengard. All right, so we want to negate these guys. So we'll get our charges off into those guys. We'll take this crossbow warrior and charge him around this side. Charge this guy in and negate this guy here, and we'll wrap this guy around to the back here. Alright, now we need to go look up some rules for prone characters. So I'll come back over there, which is where the rule book is. There's all the green dice. Oh no, there's 6 more of them over here. The hell, man. All right, let's come back over here for a second. And bring this back up. I don't have my deck board over here, so I'm going to have to use those buttons. All right, so prone. Camera work to the top down is very useful. Loving it. Greg says I have to stay up until 11 p.m. for chemo anyway. Fuck, dude. Sorry to hear that, man. Greg, I hope everything's okay, mate. And I hope things are going well. Sorry to hear that. Lord Draconum says, you're right about getting back up. I have played a few ranges of Shadow Deep. I don't remember what that was about. 7 paces, yeah. Greg, good luck with the chemo, man. And good luck on my very best, man. Shit. So, when I was getting excited about this game, if you watch my channel for a long time, you'll know I ramble quite a lot and I segue in and out of the intent of conversation. When I was started getting into this game a while ago, I was umming and ahhing about, you know, do I get the rule book and where can I get the rule book And then one day I just decided, stuff it. Let's go down to my local games workshop. It's just around the corner. And buy the rule book. So I went there. How much is the rule book? $94, $96? I don't remember what it was. I think it's $96, $90 or $89 or something like that. And I was like, fuck, that's ridiculous. All right, fuck it, whatever. Let's just get it. So I bought the rule book. Came home. Sat down on the couch in front of the television. Had the book there. Was reading the book. Had a beer. I put it on the armrest of the couch next to me. I'm reading the book. My daughter comes running into the room and just jumps onto the armrest. There's this glass. It's not a small glass. It's half a litre glass, right? Sitting there on the couch. And she jumps right onto it. And it goes all over the book. I've had it, $100 book, for less than half an hour. $100 book. Anyway, I was mad for 5 minutes, and I was like, it's just a book, dude. This is your daughter. You can't get angry at her for, something that was, not intentional. It was a mistake, an accident. It's just a fucking book. But that's my index now. Half of it is missing. So, we're guessing a little bit here. Okay, fight face, movement, prone. And, one of the things that, I really don't love about games where prone models, here we go, 32, is, the lack of a proper index. 32. No comments. Prone models during battles in Middle-earth, there are times when a model will find itself lying on the ground. 2 hours, dude, and we played, 3 turns? It's all right. Relax. Okay, they can crawl. Standing up and lying down. A prone model may stand up at the cost of half its move allowance and may still charge if it does. Likewise, a standing model may lie down for the same cost. Lord Draconin says, if your guys are knocked down, you pay half your movement to get back up. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, but it's nice to double check. Charging prone models. Prone models may be charged as normal as they have no control zone. An enemy can move within 1 inch of them unimpeded, provided it doesn't come into base contact. Excuse me. Okay, cool. So I'm assuming that, if you charge prone models, you'll still get, double strikes because they're prone, right? Okay, cool. Let's go back to let's at least just go back to overhead view while I waddle back to the board and come back to our scenario here where Isengard is moving. Let's come over this side where we are. So these guys will both get up. So Vrasku will get up. This warrior will get up. My boards have warped. I'll need to flatten those out. If your MDF warps like this, paint the underside of it and take it outside into the sun. And then as it dries, it'll pull the MDF back. And that's half movement is 5, so 2.5. They can still get in and charge this guy. Lovely. All right, so we're getting no cavalry bonuses over here, Rohan. Looks like everything's happened over here. Everything has happened over here. Rohan's movement, they don't have any. Engaged. These guys are all engaged over here. Okay, so here we go. That's movement. Rohan has no movement. Shooting. There was... Oh, dude. Come on, man. So I charged Theodred over here with this Warg Rider with a throwing spear. Come on, Viv. So I'm going to throw that throwing spear in, just for the sake of, trying to be complete. Let's go back over here and let's stick that on. And let's throw our throwing spear, which does nothing. Okay. Combats. Well, let's start over here where we are, right? So we'll do this one-on-one. All right. Isengard winner. a 5, which they do not get. Let's do this one over here. Oh, Isengard again. Doesn't get it. Let's do this Warg Rider here on the charge against Theodred. Now, I'm just going to use Theodred's regular profile, right? I'm sure he's going to have some heroic actions. He's got Heroic Strike and Heroic Challenge. So, Heroic Challenge is only good for other characters that have the hero keyword, right? But Heroic Strike allows him to add D6 to his fight. I don't know, I have to look it up. Alright, forget about the special rules. Who's got it? Oh man, Isengard again. Can the Warg Rider do anything to him? On a 4. Okay, so we're using the... We get to choose, right? Now with the mount here, we could use the strength of the Warg, because his strength 4. 5s will do it. So we take a wound on Theodred. Actually, well, Theodred, this is the first time he's come around. He's got 1 point of fate, so let's throw it and see what happens. No, still takes the wound. So he's got 1 wound left. Yeah. Stick that on him. And the last one here is the captain versus the 2 Urukai. So 2 on 2. Oh, shit. And Isengard have it. Now, I can move this guy a little bit out of the way, right? To get him out of there. We get those 2 attacks on him. And no damage. Alright, so that's that flank over here. Let's come over this side of the table. Who has priority? Isengard does. Alright, let's do this rider over here. We charge. There's no bonuses for anybody going on. We've got dice cam up. Let's chuck this in here. Look at this. No, it's been so much back and forward on this side. It's crazy. 4. Nah, I'm pretty sure they're going to need 5s. We'll do the next one. See, this is, that flank over here. This side here for Rohan has just been terrible. Anyway, let's come back to this side over here. So Rohan is 1. We push that guy back. Can we kill him? Yes! He's dead. Alright, casualties are piling up for the Uruks at the moment. We got this 2-on-1 here. Oh, sorry, 1-on-1 here. Did anybody charge? No, he came around. This guy's here, he came around there. Ooh. Some big rolls. Close, but Isengard wins it. Alright, can we kill that? Oh, I'm taking the rider. And we kill the rider. And the horse buggers off. You've got to remember, Viv, that in melee, you get to choose. In range combat, you need to roll. So we got that guy. What's going on in this mess here? Alright. Whose turn is it? Evil. Okay, so here's a question. Here is a question. All right, let's get roaming up. All right. So here's a question. Evil has priority. Right now, I've got these 2 Uruks here, or Vrasku, this Urukai here, and this Urukai here, surrounding this guy. He kind of is trapped, but if this guy wasn't here, he'd be able to push out this way. So should I do this combat first as the evil player? Because this guy can't move out. Unless this guy who's engaged with this guy can move over during combat to make way for this guy to move out. So I guess the question is, during melee combat, can somebody move out of the way to allow you to move somebody else out? That's the question. I'm going to say no. This guy can't move at the moment because he's fighting this guy, which means this guy's trapped. That's the way I'm going to play it for the moment. But that's my question to you. Actually, if you know the answer, I might come across and have a quick look. If there is an answer, we'll play it like that. Otherwise, I'll just play it my way. Let's go have a quick look. Right. Let's skip over here. Up, moving to get up. Greg says, brain cancer. Brain cancer. That sounds terrible, dude. Fuck. It's actually super easy, guys, at least until I start having seizures. Well, I hope you don't have any. And so Greg says the problem is that you have your heroes on one flank. That collapsing flank could really have used the support of a hero. Well, both of the heroes are over there on that collapsing flank over here. You know, both of them are here. You know, Theodred and the captain are both on this collapsing flank, but I just haven't been using them properly. You know, because they get all those heroic moves and stuff. And Lord Draconian says, whoever has priority, you can pick how you play it. Yeah, so Evil, let's get back to the table. So Evil has priority. And so I'm going to pick this combat here. Let's come back to over here. So we're going to do this combat here. Nobody charged him. Evil has priority, so there wouldn't have been any charges. All right, so we've got Vrasku, we've got a regular Uruk, and the other Uruk on the other side, outflanking that rider of Rohan. And the Uruks have it. So now this is where my question comes in. You know, is this guy trapped and he can't get out? Or can this guy make way, even though he's in combat, for this guy to get out? I'm going to play it like that for the moment. This is wonderful. I'm going to play it like that for the moment. Let's get rid of this bloody dice tray. I'm going to play it like that for the moment because, you know, this guy who was in here, this guy was trapped against him. You know, he's going to be fighting this combat, and this guy's going to be, you know, they're going to be, you know, grunting and yelling and looking at each other and looking over their shoulders and stuff, and this guy's going to see this guy in trouble, and he's going to try and fucking get out of the way so this guy can get out. So I'm going to say he's not trapped. But I could be wrong. You let me know in the comments. I'll come and have a look in a second. So we've got 4 guys. Let's put that dice cam on. 6s will kill him. So he's dead. Alright, so things have fallen apart on this flank where things were looking pretty strong. Good really needed the priority here. Alright, let's do this one-on-one here. Let's get these dice out of here. And Rohan have it. They've just been in complete control, haven't they? Pretty much from the beginning of the game. 4's not going to do it. Just in control. Strength 4, defense 5. Yeah, no, 4's not going to do it. Alright, there we go. That's the end of the 4th turn. So anything else going on here? Oh, Vrasku, we've got to remember to keep this dice on him because he's only got 1 wound left. So is Theodred. Alright, there we go. Let's come top down. Let's put our dice tray on. And we'll roll up priority, then I'll check to see what the result of this was. Was that guy trapped or not? It makes a big difference. 4, so it goes back to the forces of Rohan. Alright, let's just see. Did anyone answer that question? Greg says, all those points are doing nothing but giving you an extra dice. Cannot rely on dice. No, dude, that's why priority is so important. You choose the fights to your advantage. Yeah, okay, so was the guy trapped or not? Don't know. I'll have to have a look. Can you move or make way for somebody if you're stuck in combat? That is, I guess, is my question. All right, so good have it. Let's go back to Rohan. They needed this. They needed it before. Shit's not looking good over here. Just come back here because I need to check the. It's 25%, right? That's not going to help me. If I bring that over here onto this screen. The game lasts until the end of a turn in which one force has been reduced to a quarter of its starting models. Okay. Rohan has it. We've still got might galore everywhere. We're going to have to do some of that over here. Let's do this flank over here first. Let's come back. Here we go. Let's come back. I think we just need to take care of this guy. Take care of this guy. I need to make myself some tokens so when I'm playing against myself, I know who's charged. So I'm just going to put this reverse prone token next to those guys so I know that they've charged. This guy's going to get mobbed no matter what he does. But he'll still get his charging bonus because he's still fighting infantry, right? So let's charge. We can't do that. We can't get past that guy. But we can come in here and fight these two guys. Right. Let's do that. So, let's get rid of the dice stream. So we've just charged these two cavalry into these two guys. I don't know if you can see this guy behind the building here. And we charged this guy into these two, but he's going to get trapped by the other guys. That's fine. Not much we can do about that. All right, let's, what can we do over here? We need to learn the captains and Theodred. So just real quick, before we keep, so I'm going to, like I think I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm going to be using these two forces to play through the scenarios until I've learned the characters that I've got in these forces properly. And then I'll start introducing new characters, increasing the points limit from 300 to 350 or 400 or whatever. But as you would have seen if you've been watching along, I haven't really been using any might or calling any heroic actions or anything. So I need to learn the captain, Rohan captain. I need to learn Theodred. Or maybe swap him out for somebody who's more useful, or put Theodred on a horse. Anyway, let's come back to this side. It really is, once you get down to it like this, it really is a thinking game, isn't it? That movement is so important. All right, we just need to, it's so important. And, I can understand now why in some of Lachlan's videos, when they're like, we need to take a break and think about our movement. Because you do get to this point where you're like, hang on, it makes a difference how I move and who moves first and which control zones I negate. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Rohan, 2 warriors of Rohan over here, Theodred and a captain, versus 4 Urukais and a orc warrior on a warg. Theodred has taken a wound. What is the best way to deal with this? Okay, so I think the best way to deal with it first is to negate this guy's charging bonus and engage him. We'll look up his special rules in a minute. He's got, what did he have? He had heroic strike and heroic something else. Can this captain charge both of these guys? Not really. That's all right. Oh, we'll just charge this guy. We'll charge this guy. And we'll charge this guy. Fine. Done. This Uruk's just sitting back, just watching the show going, great fun, guys. Well done. Uruk's movement. Okay, let's come back to this side here. This lone Uruk will let's measure some ranges here. He's just out. Alright, so this guy will come up here. He'll wrap around here and trap this guy. Let's come back onto the other side. Let's get rid of the dice tray for the moment. Alright, we've got one lone Uruk over here. Is this guy in range of anybody, or is he just going to really sit there and fucking do nothing? He's going to sit there and do nothing. He's going to come in against Theodred at the back here. And hopefully we can kill him. Alright, who has priority? It's good. Alright, so shooting. Oh, dude, again. Really need to remember these bloody throwing spears. I'm going to throw them now, alright? Bugger it. Let's get them done. Alright, so this guy charging into this guy here, throwing spear, doesn't hit, charges in. The next guy charged into this guy here, throwing spear, doesn't hit, fine. The last guy charged in, throwing spear before he gets there, doesn't do anything, fine. Alright, fine. He charged in, negates his bonus. Alright, cool. Well, let's do this stuff over here. Charging bonus, so this rider here, this rider charging into this guy here. Let's get our dice tray on. We've got our dice tray on. So he's getting 2 attacks versus that Urukai's 1. Who wins the fight? Oh, man. Are you serious? The Urukai's winner on the 6. Alright, fine. Going for the rider, obviously, nothing happens. The next combat here is a 2-on-1. But the fight, the dual roll is equal. 6s on 6s. So, pretty sure that the Uruks win that on fight value. Riders of Rohan are fight 3. Like I said before, back and forth on this flank. And I think that's what Greg was saying. Maybe they needed the hero over here to make a difference. All right, what can the Uruks do about it? Can they kill him going for the rider? He's dead. Far out. Amazing. All right, and this last combat down here, he charged, so he's getting the 2 dice. And then... there, his 2 dice. That's Vrosku. These are the 2 other Urukai. So Vrosku's on the white dice, Uruk on the green, and the Rohan on the blue. So the Rohan and the Uruks will win it. He's trapped. Regular Uruk. How many have we got? We've got 2 of them in there, so that's 4 green dice. Going for the rider. 5s will kill him. Unbelievable. All right. There we go. We can pretty much say. So what have we got? 25%. How many Rohan have we got left on the table? Let's get rid of that dice tray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rohan on the table, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 off the table. Then we need a couple more. 13 plus 5 is 18. 25% of that is 9, 4.5. So we need to kill 1 more guy before the game ends. All right, so it's still going on. We kill 1 more guy. Actually, that might happen over here. All right, let's come over to this side and see what happens. This is crazy. All right, these guys fighting here. No, I can't. Let's just get it done. It's a draw. 4. So it comes down to fight value. So the Uruks will going to push him back. Can we kill him? If we do, the game ends. Oh, that one almost went in the beer. Oh, man, I didn't have a dice cam up. We kills him on the 6. So there we go. The game ends at the end of this turn. And, ooh. One objective. Rohan has that one. I don't know if it's... Okay, so Rohan has lost the battle. There we go. Let's cut it here. Let's come back to the table. Because... No, Viv. Let's fix this here. Okay, so the captain. Let's do this one here. Captain versus this guy here. And the captain has won it. Push him back. Let's see if we can kill him. On 5s, we get the 6. He's dead. Let's do this one-on-one here. Hey, Rohan pushes him back. Can he kill him? He can. Theodred here. So we've got the Wild Rider and the Uruk versus Theodred. 3 is going to spend a point of might to push us up to 4 and win the combat. He's going to push that guy back. All right, first strike against the Uruk Rider. He's strength 4, right? Theodred, strength 4. Yep. Kills him. Courage check for the Warg. He's failed it. Look at this. And then the other strike on the other Urukai Warrior. 3s. What do we need? We need 5s, right? What is his strength? 4. Yep. We need 5s. So I'll spend my other 2 points of might. That clears his might out to make that into a 5. And we kill that guy. All right. We've spent some might. And, you know, the flank over here isn't looking too bad. But the game is over. We're 25% on the Rohan force. Let's go back and check our objectives and see what happens. Let's go get our book. Let's come back over there. Don't need a tape measure. What am I bringing a tape measure with me for? Well, let's take that beer. I really appreciate everyone who's hung around from the beginning. Not the greatest quality stream or the greatest quality SBG content, but for someone who's learning the game, playing by themselves, it's a lot to think about. All right, so our objectives. The game lasts until the end of a turn in which one force has been reduced to a quarter of its starting models or below, which our Rohan guys have. At which point the force that has scored the most victory points wins the game. If both players have the same number of victory points, the game is a draw. Let's have a look. Oh, I wish I had some sort of counter up here for victory points. That's something I'll have to do in the future. Let's get a couple of dice. Because I'm just not going to remember them if I say them out loud. Okay, so you score 2 victory points for each objective marker that has at least one of your models and no enemy models within 3 inches. Okay, so the Urukai have, let's just grab this view, have this guy within 3 inches of this one. And Rohan has this guy within 3 inches of this one. This guy is not within 3 inches of this one. So, I'll come back. So, Isengard have that guy at the back there. That's 2. Oh, they've also got this guy here. These guys at the back on this side. So that's 4 victory points for uncontested objectives. 4. And 2 for Rohan. You score 1 victory point for each objective marker that has both friendly and enemy models, but more friendly models. No, that's irrelevant. You score 1 victory point for causing one or more wounds on the enemy leader. Wounds prevented by successful fate do not count. Okay, so we killed Shaku. Well, Rohan did. Oh, break tests. I totally forgot about break tests. So Rohan gets a point for killing the leader. Phaedra also has a wound. Okay, yeah, so Isengard's won it 5-3. There we go. Next time, what do I need to improve for next time? Let's go through some of the comments. Okay, back to Lord. I think your friendly character would make way on page 46. Yeah, I think so too. Like I was saying, they'd be talking to each other and, well, not necessarily talking, but they'd be aware of each other, and he'd shuffle around, slide around in that combat, and that guy would be able to get out. Making way is a thing, yes. Okay, cool. But then Greg says fighting models don't make way. So let's have a look at that book, right? Page 46. Sometimes a defeated model will find themselves trapped because a friendly model is blocking their path. It is possible for the friendly model to make a special make way move up to an inch to clear a path. Simply move the ally shortest distance possible and enable their comrade to escape. The friendly model's make way move is not slowed by difficult terrain. It can make even if it is prone. Models that are engaged in combat may not make way for their friends. They are too busy fighting for their lives. That could have made a difference. Could have made a difference. All right. So Lord Draconium says he's got his book right beside him. Used to play Middle Earth a lot, maybe not a lot regularly now. But maybe not a lot regularly. Look, it's been a fun game. I'm looking forward to following these two forces, Rohan and Isengard, through the next couple of scenarios. I'm going to make a conscious effort between now and the next stream to, learn the stat lines of all the characters in this force. And I think each time I add a character or a unit into this army, I'll learn their stat line so that I know it. Because one of the big things that's, taking a lot of time is, going back and forward. What's the strength? What's the defense? What's the fight? What's the shoot? All that sort of stuff. So up next will be scenario 2, to the death. I really do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you specifically to the guys that have been here from the beginning. It's been, 2.5 hours? Holy crap. I thought maybe this would take an hour. The games that Scott and I have played in the studio have been about an hour. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you interacting with me in the comments. I'm really looking forward to exploring more of the game and starting to, use some of those special strikes and stuff that I see, the other guys in the other channels, like Lucas from, Conquest Creations, and obviously all the guys on Zorp. And God, I wish I could remember the other channel. God, I'll have to have them. Is it Lazy D6 or something? They just started streaming again recently, and I left some comments. I'll have to look them up. Thank you to everyone that creates content for this game. I'm really enjoying it, and as we continue to move forward, I hope it becomes something that I can actually know well, so that I can play the game quickly, efficiently, and keep it exciting. And in the meantime, I'll work on my Lord of the Rings quote, so next time I can come back with some more appropriate, you shall not pass sort of stuff. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you're all keeping well. Greg, good luck, mate, with the chemo. You have my very best wishes. All the best. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. See you later. That was the entirely wrong slide. I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you did enjoy that live stream. I always enjoy making them. If you did like it, click the like button and don't forget to hit the bell notification to make sure you don't miss any in the future. If you could share it with your friends or your gaming club, that would be amazing. The more people we get watching the live streams, the more enthusiastic I am about making more of them. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.